We back. We back. We are back. I appreciate y'all. Yo, I needed to get this off my chest. I've been wanting to say this, and I just really realized because I just watched the opening of Raw, and I realized there's no big baby face other than Jey Uso. Other than Jey Uso, there's no big baby face on Raw at all. And that is a huge, huge problem. Because one, it's like you're about to go into the next few months with just heels. You got Gunther there, who just won the King of the Ring, and then you got Drew, who Damian Priest is going to be facing at Clash at the Castle. And are you not going to give the title to Drew, or are you just going to hold off and have Drew lose? Have Ed Carr in Scotland again? He's going to get screwed again? It's like, damn, like Drew should be. I feel like Drew should be the title champion right now. I really don't feel like Damian Priest should be champion right now. Don't get me wrong. I like Damian Priest a lot. I thought him winning the Money in the Bank was fine. He probably should have cashed in a little earlier and then dropped it back to Seth before WrestleMania and stuff like that. But they wanted to make the WrestleMania moment, and I think it's kind of firing back in their face a little bit as far as like I'm interested in the main event, but I'm also like, there's nobody that I really like as far as I can get behind and root for, because they're all heels. And don't get me wrong, as far as character wise, I think Drew's the best character out of the three heels that's kind of in the mix right now. I think he has the best character. Then it's Damian Priest. Honestly, he's the next best character, and this is Gunther underneath that. And honestly, me truthfully don't think Gunther is enough. I mean, Gunther, obviously, I think he's going to win the title at SummerSlam. But at the same time, it's like, why? For what? I mean, his character's not strong. I feel like his character's not strong enough to hold it down. Like, I feel like he can. I think he needs a lot more character work, I feel like. Obviously, his whole character is he's the ring general. He's talking about this great sport, which is dope. But there's more things than outside of the ring. There's a lot of more things than what goes on inside the ring. And I think we need to expound on that aspect of Gunther. You know, we done it with Drew. We done it with Damian Priest. You know, Damian Priest, Bad Bunny. You know, Drew and even with Sheamus and his whole thing with Roman and Bloodline and his thing with CM Punk now. With Gunther, there's no intangibles other than the IC long, the title run with the Intercontinental Championship, and I don't want him to have another long title run. Maybe a couple months, but like Gunther, as far as character work, he needs more. He needs a lot more things to kind of go on, because obviously he's a heel. Heels, as far as taking the title off of them, is much more. Obviously, he's gonna. You want them to hold it for a good amount of time, but I don't want another long title run. We just did that with Roman. It's gonna be hard to do that with. Even the Gunther was a little too long for at least for me. I thought he held it a little too long. And I thought he should have dropped it to Sheamus, and it just got bored at a certain point. Obviously, he's having great matches and whatnot. Sure, the matches are fine, but at the same time, man, we need that character work to kind of keep us kind of engaged. I feel like him as a top champion, I don't know if matches are matches, but it's gonna be what comes on outside of the matches. Now, his feud with Chad Gable was probably the best feud he had with the IC title, other than Sheamus, because we knew what Sheamus was chasing, and then it wasn't really about Gunther. With Chad, it was about Gunther. Chad, Gunther, that was I like that the whole story between them. But now they even changed Chad. Chad could have been one of the top baby faces in wrestling right now. To be honest, if they had kept him, had the IC title, because he's a goofy character. He's like one of those characters. He's not a Kurt Angle character, bro. He doesn't have that other side of him where he's gonna destroy you. He's gonna have bestiality sex with your wife. He's not that Kurt. He's not that type, to be honest. That's not Chad Gable. Chad Gable's a thank you. He was doing that when he was a heel. You know, he was doing that stuff when he was a heel. He became babyface because they just decided to turn him babyface. It wasn't that he automatically just people were just started to cheer for him. No, he just ended up falling into that because they weren't doing anything and they just needed people to wrestle, and so they just took Chad Gable and put him into a whole other situation where they turned babyface. Because they were actually cool when they were facing RK Bro. Him and Alpha Academy, him and Otis were actually pretty decent when they were tag team champs when they were facing RK Bro and shit like that. But here or there, like they're even turning Ricochet right now. So Braun's a heel. Braun Breaker now is a heel. You got Ricochet trying to turn on Ilya Dragunov eventually, and then you got who else just turned heel? I said Chad, but right now I feel like there's just no baby faces. You know, there's no top baby faces other than Jey Uso, and that's the biggest problem that Raw has right now. How do we fix it? Because there's just a rampant of heels. I mean, you could have brought some stars over from Raw. I mean, from SmackDown to Raw when you had the draft, but they completely just failed and like really didn't think a lot of this stuff through. And they're just throwing stuff at the wall. Next babyface after Jey Uso is Sami Zayn. He's IC champion, so he already has his thing going on. And there's not many hills. I mean, they're hills, but they're all in the main. The good hills are in the main event. Like, so Sami don't even really have any hills to really be facing off against, other than Chad Gable, who I think will take the title off him. And if you got Chad Gable taking the title off him, like who are the baby faces around? And if you don't have Chad Gable taking the IC title off of him, then what are we doing? What are we doing? I think okay, so I guess we're gonna end up giving the title to the Braun Breaker or something, but we'll go back to the IC title after I'm done with this video about the world title heavyweight scene. But at the end of the day, man, we need more baby faces on Raw. Okay, we need baby faces on Raw. We don't have enough. All the baby faces are on SmackDown, kind of. Not really. They got a good mixture on SmackDown, to be honest with you. But for the most part, yeah, Raw is lacking in baby faces. It's somebody for me to get behind. And that's not good. That's not good because I'm not fully invested. I'm invested in Drew McIntyre. Let me tell you. I'll tell you I'm invested in Drew McIntyre, but that's it. Other than Drew McIntyre, dude, Damian Priest, Gunther, like, don't get me wrong, I like Gunther, but he needs more. Something's missing with him, and it's the stuff we need to see. You know, the outside stuff, the out of ring stuff. How, like, what does he do? Like, you know, that stuff is important, and his character needs some more building, for me at least. You know, and for Damian Priest, bro, we all knew you were going to end up dropping the title eventually to somebody that's better than you. And honestly, Drew deserves a title back. Honestly, I don't think he should have lost it in the first place, but whatever. But that's the video I had, guys. Please let me know what you guys think. Come on, interact with me a little more. I need some feedback. What are you guys feeling? You know, but appreciate y'all. Like, comment, subscribe. Please subscribe. I appreciate y'all. We out. Patience.